Ladies and gentlemen, it is Sunday, the 27th of August, and I'm not here. I'm in London watching AEW as we speak right now at All In. So, J Mac and I have pre recorded this episode so you guys would not miss it. Isn't that right, J Mac?
That's how much we care.
We
And
care.
that's how bored we are.
Yeah, yeah. How many folk do you think are typing away in the comments right now, getting it all? Hey guys, expecting us to bring it up, and we
But
can't because it's
I've
not
noticed
live.
it does say live up in the corner. Is that just for us?
It's just for us.
Better be.
They can't see it. They can't see it at him. It is. It is. So if you're going to comment during this episode, and if you're listening to this in the archives, you're not going to do that. But if you are commenting, I'll probably be there anyway whilst I'm watching Sting in Wembley Stadium. I'll probably still tune in and message back to you in the comments. But we do appreciate you still coming, and we appreciate the fact that you're gonna continue on with this episode knowing that we're not live and we can't actually see you. But we're gonna entertain the shit out of you anyway and entertain ourselves. Kicking that off with a class wee flick that we watched. I'm gonna just kind of get a wee bit of background on it here. This film is called Mobland. Screen legend John Travolta returns in deep South crime thriller Mobland, being released in cinemas from the 25th of August. So 2 days ago, it came out in the cinema, so you should go see it. Thing is, though, that's not happened yet. This is like some Back to the Future stuff right here. So today is like the 17th, really, for us. So
Yeah.
we're ahead of schedule on getting this out. But by the time you see it, it'll have been out for 2 days. So go see it because we've seen it.
This is how the pros do it, isn't it?
This is how they
like
do
just
it.
pretending that things have just happened and they haven't.
Exactly. So 2 days ago.
Remember Tower 7?
2 days ago. I mean, we're banned. We're not even live yet. So this basically, if Pulp Fiction was the mother of all comebacks for A-list superstar John Travolta, then the tough and intense crime thriller Mobland is his second bite of the cherry. I'm going to get back to that wee statement in a minute. Travolta plays a small-town sheriff up against a vicious snakeskin boot-wearing hitman played by Stephen Dorff. We'll get back to that in a minute. Travolta is terrific in his role, a reminder of what sensational actor he is when he's given material that matches his talent. Well, let's break it down a wee bit. Do you think John Travolta has like taken his bite at the cherry? Well, he did. He kind of came back with Pulp Fiction, but I don't think he's had a fall from grace. Do you?
Yeah, he's done some Bruce Willis films, and I don't mean films with Bruce Willis in them. I mean films that he's done purely for a bit of cash.
Think so? Does he think he needs cash?
He doesn't. It doesn't need it, but he's been in some pretty naff stuff.
Like
the wasn't a big fan of that From Paris with Love or whatever the fuck that was called.
Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3.
That was pretty decent.
I've not seen that, but that was the first time I remember watching him going, what is this?
The Punisher, shocking.
Class film. Get that ruin you, mate.
Nope.
Get it ruin you, mate.
Awful film.
Mate. Absolute ruin you. Disagree.
It's one of the most boring action films I've ever been
unfortunate
enough to lay my eyes on.
No.
I don't know. He's not done anything with some real bite for a long time, and I don't know, man. It feels like, I mean, the guy that directed this film, Nicholas Maggio, is his first film, and it's impressive considering this is his first go at it. There's lots of wee things in this film that add so much to it without even really, so you don't really notice it. You don't even really kind of notice these things when they're happening, but it's kind of, it almost happens subliminally. But you're like, oh, that was cool. I like that. And no, it's nice to see Travolta back on form in a film set in the South. It's almost like a modern Western, and I love that. I love that kind of, like small American towns and a lot of fields, a lot of nice sunrises,
Yeah, did you notice this?
About muscle cars.
Did you notice this about John Travolta's character as a cop? That he was a shit cop. Like, he prevented nothing. Like, stopped nothing. It just...
Is that spoilery?
Nah. Nah, because you didn't actually know what this scenario is, But nah.
He's not an inept cop. He's just no very ahead of the game. It doesn't really feel cat and mouse sort of thing. Doesn't he feel like a
Aye.
thing because he's always so far behind what's actually
He
going
always
on.
just kind of shows up and goes,
It's like,
everything all right here, aye?
so what do we out of here?
I think something's going on around these parts. I'm going to find out what it is.
There's a killer here in this here town here.
Don't know if that gets in trouble. Well, here, I'm gonna play a wee trailer here.
Come on, let's go. This guy moves, take his head off. Do you have any idea whose money this is? No! You shot that guy. What's wrong with you?
We got a 904 on Old Finch Road, and we got 2 dead.
What was that? We got the money. The money? We killed 2 people, Trey.
2 men in and out.
What you thinking?
It's gonna be about pills and money and tussle.
Act like you understand what's at stake here.
She's my niece. I understand what's at stake.
What do you know? It's a damn empire, Bodie. They're saying this outfit is mom.
What are we dealing with?
Locals, that's all. Nothing that can't be handled quick. I'll recover what was taken. Morning, Shelby.
Hey, look, this can be worked out.
Well, that's why I'm here. We're watching your family.
I got nothing to do with this.
They do now.
Hey, Sheriff.
Shelby.
Don't believe I know you. You okay? You won't tell me something?
This ain't your world. You don't control this.
I didn't ask for this.
Yeah, you did. We may all be sliding towards the edge. It's up to you how comfortable you are doing it.
J-Mac, did you like Mobland?
I did.
I thoroughly
I did.
enjoyed it.
Do you know what was really good? The
Mm.
fucking soundtrack. I
The soundtrack
loved
was
the
class.
soundtrack to this film. There was some good old country, and there was some see that How's the Rising Sun that was through the
Aye.
trailer. That's in the
Yeah.
film, and I love that song.
Yeah.
And I've heard so many versions of it. This one is a cracker as well.
I
Um,
kind of disagree with that one,
so
man.
soundtrack was great. I loved. In fact, I'll be honest, man. There wasn't really a lot of stuff that I didn't like about it. It's well written. It's well acted. Stephen Dorff is fucking awesome.
I
like-
said that ever since seeing him in The Gate, one of our all-time faves, right? I said, if
mean,
Stephen Dorff's in it, put it on.
I can't remember the last time I seen him playing such a good bad guy since Blade.
I
I
know.
thought he was great.
Ah,
I thought
he was
he just
really
he
good.
steals the entire
Cold,
screen.
man.
All
Cold.
23 inches he mine, man. You know what I mean?
Mate, see at that point, I'm not going to. I mean, we're not going to not spoil it, but we'll not go right.
No, we really shouldn't
through
spoil
spoiling
this.
But there's a point where he's in the middle of talking and he just takes something and does something while he's in the middle of talking. I thought that's cold as crap, man. That's cold. You know?
That's
But
the
it's
thing, man.
just like-
He's a hitman. You hear these things about hitmen with a heart of gold and stuff. Nope, he's a fucking manipulative, just disgusting human being.
Well.
What?
No. The wee interaction that he has with the waitress, right?
It's wait
shows-
person, Kevin. It's 2023.
Sorry, the wait them.
Oh, it was 2023. You knew it's banned.
The wait them.
Fish of them. Want to be fish of them.
Oh, didn't even, man. Well, the wee waitress. So there was definitely something, and the ending kind of had me. I mean, are we allowed to talk about the ending when we get to that? But we have to
No,
talk about it. But
we
we have
can't.
to talk about it.
We
Really?
literally can't with this. This is still to come out in cinemas, man. We cannot do it in 2 days.
Off
I know
air.
that. I know this is coming out 2 days after, but that's not enough time for enough people to see it. And we need people to see this because it's way better than you would actually ever expect.
Yeah, I definitely say it's definitely a J-Mac type of film. Like it's not mad.
100%.
I've been thinking that because I thought it's not mad with action, right? It's no got aliens fighting killer zombies from outer space that are clowns, right? It's not got any of that. It's story driven and very realistic.
It's not got Nazi ninjas and zombies and
Fair play in Hitler.
got some of that to look forward to.
Sorry, way. Oh, by this point, it'll have been done.
And it was class.
It was class. Stay tuned. I made a vlog with J-Mac on the day of basically us meeting some old pals that we started our journey with.
So
Clive
you
Russell
did.
being one of them.
Oh, what a
and
night it was, man! What a
Guess
night
who
it
else
was.
was there? R2D2. Wee Jimmy B. We met him twice before. Never remembers us ever. So I wonder. Stay tuned for the wee vlog that I make, and we'll see if Jimmy actually remembers us. I'm going to film us asking him, Jimmy, mind us.
That'll be brilliant.
He'll be like that.
Remember us, Jimmy?
No. Just kidding. Man, he knows his wee. He knows his wee.
Imagine it never.
Wait a minute.
So I'm not wee, everybody else is fucking massive.
Standing next to Clive Russell. Mate, we need to put him on the shoulders of Clive Russell.
He's standing next to Clive Russell. He looks up and thinks he's at the fucking Jolly Giant.
Wait, that's a movie waiting to happen. Dynamite 2. Stay tuned.
Really stay tuned.
Anyways, yes, I really, really enjoyed this. What I love about it as well is it's very. Tell me if I'm wrong here, but it has themes of The Departed. Have you seen that film with Jack Nicholson?
Yeah.
There's definite elements that The Departed kind of used.
I'll be 100% honest. There was one moment where I thought about The Departed, and I actually just when you said that, I remember the exact moment, and the line that came to my head was, she felt funny. That's the line that came in my head at a specific moment in the film. She felt funny.
Do you know Jack Nicholson came up with that himself?
Oh, he came up with a lot more than that as well. He kept adding to it, and then Scorsese just chose essentially what he thought worked best. But apparently, some of the stuff that Nicholson added to that was really diabolical. I saw Matt Damon talking about it on an interview, and it was fantastic. See if you can find it. Matt Damon talking about Jack Nicholson in The Departed. So funny.
He actually is brilliant, Jack Nicholson. And so is The Departed. But there was definitely elements to that. There's another part. It's maybe the DiCaprio scene in Departed. This kind of made me think of that also. You know the part where the moon. Nobody knows what that means by you, eh?
I fucking hope not.
Nobody heard it like you did.
I know exactly what you were saying. So yeah, let's just leave that there. But the film is it's really competently put together. I mean, there's a lot of actors in it that are honestly that I've never really heard of before. I looked them on IMDb and I'm like, oh, they were in this. I don't remember them in that, but they give stellar performances. There's John Travolta's partner Ben. It sounds like I'm talking about a couple here. No, this is John Travolta's. He's the sheriff, and his partner or his deputy, whatever, is this guy called Ben. And I kept thinking it was Ed Harris, and it's just no, it's some random other older baldy guy. But he was good. There was Miss, what was her name? Miss Whitney.
He was very much like Ed Harris, wasn't he?
He was quite Ed Harris. Like
he was very Ed Harrisy. I actually thought for a minute, was that Ed Harris? Nah, it's no. You're spot on. And the main character, his wife, not on screen for too long, but
That is
well done.
the one thing I would say. I'm going to sound like a wee, going to sound like a wee Gen Z here. There wasn't really any interest in female characters.
Bar her.
Nah, I
No.
wasn't really.
What about
I mean,
the wee old lady that wanted nothing to do with anything?
I mean, she was quite good, but again, I think what the only time I really paid much attention to what she was doing and saying, Travolta was in the scene where and he just stole the scene at the end. But no,
or when she was
find
getting DiCaprio'd. Hey,
you're going to get your bleep on this, man.
Hi, for you.
Welcome to the Jabber Jabber podcast. It's been a good show. I'll see you next week. I'm going to get in so much trouble. Oh, by the way, I have to say thank you to both Fetch Publicity and Altitude Films for giving us this screener before it comes out in the cinema. It's always, it feels like such a privilege when you do these podcasts to actually legally be allowed to see things before they come out in the cinema. It's a nice wee feeling. It's like eating free food. It tastes better.
It's like no, exactly what it's like. It's like stumbling across a party where everybody in there's nothing like you, and that you're not invited, but you imposter your way in there. You say, "Hi, my name's Kevin," and they go, "Do you know what? There's a wee table for you over here." And they go to the table and they bring you some food on a wee plate, and they go, "Here's your bit." It's like we're no part of the party, but we're not getting kicked out, right? And they're throwing us a bone or two. So definitely. It's a partnership. We do what we can, all that we can, really.
I mean, one time I was with me. It was me, my brother, and his mate Sandy, and we were at Whitburn Miners Club. This was a while ago, and having a few drinks. And then there was a function on next door, and we'd spotted the fact that they had a buffet out, and we were all starving, so we just went in, and they helped ourselves to some food. And this wee Karen comes over, rightly so. This wee Karen comes over. She's like, who are you? And Sandy goes, "Oh, we're Jimmy's pals." And she's like, "Jimmy who?" And he's like, "I don't know that, pally."
I know that. That's class.
So then we got swiftly booted it. It was good fun.
That's class, man.
I think it was like somebody's 50th or something. We were just like,
hey, you can get away with it. Most folk didn't even recognise, eh? Hey, how cool was it to see Stephen Dorff again? I feel like I don't see him in enough these days.
Last time I remember seeing him was possibly that awful Texas Chainsaw film that he was in.
Who did he play in that again?
Sheriff.
Was he the sheriff in Texas Chainsaw? I
think it was 2013, maybe.
See the actual sheriff.
Was it just called Chainsaw Massacre or something? I can't remember.
No, you're thinking of Leatherface.
Oh, it's Leatherface I'm thinking of.
Wasn't
That's the one that had the boy for Game of Thrones in it? Sam
Coleman, who we actually had on this podcast, and he follows us and we follow him, and he also was, Hodor in Game of Thrones. He was young Hodor. But yeah, Sam Coleman was the kid that everybody thought was Leatherface. It wasn't he, was it? Got you, man. Got you. Spoiler. I know he's done a lot of good stuff, Stephen Dorff, but I have a soft spot, and it's not even for Blade. You know what it is, right? It's a film by Tibor Takas. Takax. J-Max says your name is Takax.
You're talking to Cac, you fucking prick.
Talking to Cax. The female actress Caroline Connors, which is funny because the main character, what is it called? Shelby, and they call him Shelley.
Yeah.
Shelley and Caroline. Like, you say that out loud and folk are going to be like, "Oh, all right. You know what I mean?
If I had a guy's name was Shelby, I'd be like, "Oh, where's he from?"
He ain't from around here. But he was also in the Evil Dead reboot. You know, the Evil Dead.
I fucking knew I recognised him from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, there we go. He was the brother.
Yes.
Yeah,
Aye.
yeah.
So he's got a wee bit longer hair in this, of course.
I knew I recognised his face. He had that intensity. I was like, I recognise that face, and it was him. But
He reminds me a wee bit of Aaron Paul when Aaron Paul was in Last House on the Left, because that's what I very first saw Aaron Paul in long before Breaking Bad. Bitches.
mhm.
If you look at him in Last House on the Left, he's got the same kind of feel. So I got a lot of those vibes. There wasn't an actual huge cast to this, to be honest. You could probably fit everybody in a fairly small size room.
Do you know what? I
Yeah.
much prefer that now. Like,
Yeah.
I think the older I'm getting, I'm finding it harder to follow things, you know. But I feel like the older I'm getting, the less characters I need in a film. You don't need a lot of characters. I mean, there's so many times you go and see a film and it's full of characters that are there just to fill up screen time. Just give us some good, interesting characters to work with. And literally, everybody in this, except arguably the woman, was really interesting. Really kind of pulled you into the story. There's one thing that did make me really uncomfortable watching the film, and it was whenever John Travolta was in it. There's something about baldy heads and cowboy hats that didn't go right. I'm putting that out there, right? See if you're the type of guy that wears a cowboy hat. There's no many of them here, but if there is, he's that guy that wears the cowboy hat. Do you know what I mean? If any guy in your town wears a cowboy hat, there's only one of them, and he's the guy that wears the cowboy hat. But if you wear a cowboy hat and you have a bald head, just don't. I think a baseball cap looks terrible on a baldy head. Like just don't. If you're bald, embrace it. Let it get a tan. Right? There's no, you know, it's just weird when it's just skin on leather or whatever. It's a bit gimpy.
Well, I didn't think those things when I was watching it. I did think, it's cool to see John Travolta like playing a guy that's like when you look at a lot of the films he's done, he's usually the guy kicking ass. He didn't really kick ass in this. I mean, he done a couple of cool things, but didn't he really kick ass?
A presence though.
Mm-hmm.
So you know when he walks into a room that it's like everybody's going to pay attention to him.
It's probably because he's got a 9mm put in your face.
I love it. I mean, as much as I hate gun culture in America, I love like these small town sheriffs that still walk about like sheriffs. Fucking westerns, like just shirt tucked into the jeans with a gun belt on and just guns and bullets. It's like, so I'm the sheriff. I got a little silver badge. Sometimes I like to polish it, then I like to stick it up my butt.
Ain't nothing else to do in this town. So quiet. Population 5.
Ain't nothing else to do in this town but polish my badge and stick it up my ass. Tried to use it as a ninja star one time and drastically failed because it's got little balls on the end of it.
See the guy that. So we kind of tell a wee bit of the story here. This film is about the consequences of folks' actions. You'll watch a film like Death Sentence, etc., where fairly normal human beings make a decision that they think, okay, I'm going to make this decision to do this because it'll better my life and I'm struggling right now. So they go ahead, do something, and it leads to a chain of events that probably take you down a tunnel you didn't want to get in. So, so this is very much the oh my God, you didn't just. And it's kind of laid out when two friends, well, they're relatives, really, a brother-in-law and a husband, they decide to rob the local, was it a laundrette? Is it?
No, it was actually a clinic.
A clinic, right? But they were also.
It was a clinic that was a front for basically running pills.
Absolute
actually
monsters.
Interesting to kind of dip into that wee field of the opioid epidemic that seems to be going on in America and probably the world, to be honest. Certainly the civilized world. It's like as soon as you, I've got a wee pain here, get smashed for the rest of your life. It's no good.
They basically rob that, and the guy's like it's like, you shouldn't have done that. You don't care who you're messing with. And they're like, shut up, put the money in the bag. Right, you're dead, man. You see, at that point, I'd have been like, Ken, what? It's not worth it. Drop the stuff. Look, I'm sorry I shot your pal, and I'm sorry you got shot in the side, but let's just forget it's ever happened. And he's like, I ken you. I ken you. He obviously did know him because next minute, chap.
Yeah. In that minute, as soon as if somebody says, I recognize your voice, I'd be like, shit. Then I'd either run or pop him.
It's like when I used to do prank calls and I'd go, oh, this is Bobo, man. You owe me money. He's like, I don't owe you money. I'm like, you do. He's like, wait a minute. You sound like Kevin Wells. I'm like, who's that? No, that's definitely not me. Class,
I'm no Kevin. I don't sound anything like that.
Oh, what? What I should have done is been like, you're right, man. Come get us. That way, they'd be like, oh, wait a minute. If it was him, he wouldn't just be admitting it. But I was like, no, it's no him.
No, it's no me. Him. It's no,
This is
no
not
him.
This is not he.
It is not I. It is but someone else.
But it is thy figure of your imagination.
But there's a lot kind of like the consequences of what could seem like small actions or decisions that get made in desperate situations, the morality behind those decisions, the justification behind the decisions as well. There's actually a lot in this film. There is a lot. I mean, it's a good runtime as well. It's like an hour and 3/4, which is perfect for me. I think 90 minutes is too short. I like to really get invested in something. Just that wee extra 15 minutes helps. 2 hours, depending on the film, can start feeling a bit long. 3 hours can really fucking drag unless it's the right movie. So an hour 45, perfect. You can stick.
What I liked about it.
Pardon me.
God dang. What I really liked about it was that it didn't need a lot. It didn't need a lot going on. It's almost like you're kind of just watching. You're a fly on the wall in someone's life, following their story. It's no like guns blazing. It's no a car chase through the streets. It's none of that. It's more calculated. Do you not think?
I mean, there are some shootouts and car chases, but not too many. And actually, it's one of the first times I've watched a car chase in a long time that I actually felt engrossed in it and excited by it, and not knowing where it was going to go.
Kind of done in the wrong guys, though, eh?
Kind of.
But then it's like, so what did he do? He just sweeps it under the rug.
See, I'm just going to say one sentence.
What?
Where'd the fire come from?
Right? Was that him covering his tracks?
I think he did something.
So then, who the hell is he to be the sheriff and tell everybody else to behave?
Because he's the sheriff, and the sheriff plays by his own rules.
That's quite true.
Sounds like Matthew McConaughey.
He's a sheriff, all right, yeah.
I'm a sheriff, and I'm gonna kill you. All right.
Hey, so
the best thing about high school girls, I keep getting older, and they stay the same age.
God dang it, man. The thing is, like, there's a lot to unpack. I would like to speak to the fella that wrote it, with fellers, which is Nicholas Maggio. I'm joking, I've done that for you.
Maggio.
and Rob Healy. It would be pretty cool.
I'm just bullshit.
Healy me down. So it would have been cool to speak to them to kind of get a bit of, because there's parts in that when I went, what was that all about? And then it's got quite a climactic ending. I think, oh okay. There's parts where you question, you go, okay, does that mean that they're dead? Oh no, they're not dead because they're there. I thought they were dead. Do you know what I mean?
Steven! I thought you were dead.
Did you not feel that way?
No. I felt like it was. I mean, as it was going on, as it was getting towards the end, I'm like, surely this can't be the end. Surely this can't be the end. And you're going, that's the end.
And it's like, it's not even confirmed who done that at the end. But
It-
we know
it
it is
is.
confirmed. It's
It
kind of
is confirmed, and that's what I
Aye.
loved about the ending.
Aye.
I loved that ending. Just that simple little final shot. I thought was beautiful. It wasn't gratuitous. It just kind of.
Spoiler alert.
I don't know.
Final shot.
Fuck off. Is only
now.
only you could turn my innocent thing into a complete spoiler.
That innocent thing.
I was talking about the final shot of the film, and you're like, fucking banger, you. Done it again.
Banger, yeah.
So no, this is it was something. This was something a bit different, and I was glad to have the privilege to actually sit and watch something that I haven't seen anything like this for a wee while. Like I said, I would compare it a bit to Hell or High Water. Very different storylines, but similar feel. That small town America feel, and no, I think it works well. I think everybody involved in it should be proud of it. Kevin Dillon kicks ass in it as well. Like he's really good on screen. It sounds exactly like his brother now somehow. Like out of nowhere. Like if the two of them were talking to you, you'd be like, "Who the fuck's talking?"
Aye. I know he was really good in it. He was in on the line. You remember that Mel Gibson film that was just bonkers, man?
Oh, that piece of shit.
I was like, watch it. You watched it. Ah!
We can talk about that briefly. I was watching that whole film going, why the fuck is Mel Gibson so bad in this? Why is his performance so over the top and ridiculous? And then it gets to the end, you went, right. And then the real Mel Gibson comes out and he actually acts his balls off at the end of it. And then and you're still going, aye, but still, that was shite.
It was mental. Hey, this Mobland movie was very mobby. Very mobby.
Let's go with mob in the title.
Right? Guy shows up, snakeskin boots, mob car, which, by the way, wasn't it cool seeing that mob car there on the 19th of August at Dick Dynamite screening? The actual car that was owned by the mob boss.
Michael Franzese.
Did Beans tell you this?
No, I've done my research.
How'd you even know?
I'll tell you later.
Beans must
I'll tell you earlier on.
I already know, you tell me.
See.
Aye, but that's mad. So it has a car like that. He is the type of dude to just kill somebody while having a conversation with somebody else and no blink an eye at what's going on. It was very mobby. You don't want to have to deal with that crew. If ever you go down the wrong path, you don't have to deal with these folk.
I can tell you're getting tired. There's two things that give that away that you're getting tired. First, you just talking like that. Second of all, you went, this film, Mobland, it's quite mobby.
Nah, I was always going to say that. Are you going to say that?
I'll see this film, but it was quite landy. What a land in it.
There was just tons of mob folk in it. Well, no tons, but there's a few.
I don't know. I think Stephen Dorff was enough mob for the whole thing.
Stephen Dorff, that's all you need. Even that wee guy that showed up with the white hair, the wee boss. I'm like, shut up, Stephen. Didn't take crap for him. I mean, it's like,
so you smoke a cigarette in my car again, I'll bash your head in with a piece of concrete. He was like, and he goes, righty ho. Just gets it.
Do you know what I did? I watched it with subtitles on, and let me just say this: Altitude, he's defo AI'd those subtitles because half of those subtitles did not match up with what was
I'll
being
need to
said.
rewatch it with the subtitles in.
Right. See when he calls him a bastard, it comes up you basar, right? And it's like the guy's like, hey, and it's like it just says the guy's like, hey, how's it going? I'm like, no, wait a minute.
I was like,
Mate, Go back and watch it with the subtitles on. They've definitely
well.
AI'd it. They've AI'd it, right? And went like that. 80% of the words are right. Fuck it.
I remember watching Still Game on Netflix, and had the subtitles on for whatever reason. And there's a line where Victor says to Jack, "I'm bored out my gourd," right? And the subtitle came up, "I'm holding my cock."
No, I didn't.
They've changed it since. Because I went to show it to Mel or something, and I was like, "Watch this, watch these subtitles," and it came up, "I'm bored at my god." I'm like, "Huh? Huh?
It's just
I'm
like
holding my cock."
Hermione.
No,
Dang
Harry,
it.
Ron, and Hermione managed to beat Voldemort.
Hermione. Hermione.
See if you're not sure, ask somebody. It's like just before you do the announcement, just be like, "Yeah, how do you pronounce that?" Hermione. Right, cool.
No, mate, that was obviously a distant relative of mine. Hermione.
It's a shame we couldn't have got big Nicholas Maggio on the show. Eh?
Maggio. The thing is, I miss that. Up next, you know what I mean? And the wee women would talk, and they would kind of fade out on the tune of whatever was just finishing. Or it's like sometimes you would expect to see something on the trailers, or you're like, oh, I'm gonna read the credits. That's pre-internet days, right? I'm gonna read the credits and find out who that was. And as you do it, it gets pictured and pictured down to the bottom corner, and somebody chats at it, and you're like, I can't see. I can't see.
I'll bet tell like
I can't see.
I'm here to ransack your
Good
but it's something it's a bit of a lost art. I think it does still happen, but I miss the old voices, like when you would get, and next up on ITV,
Aye.
Coronation Street. Now it's like,
Aye.
next up on Channel 4, something you've been waiting for since September. And I'm like,
Blood.
okay. I'm like,
Blood.
it's not for me.
Hey,
In fact, bring back the really old sound. Say, and next up on Channel 4, everybody sounds like Didymus.
please do. By the way, do you know right? This is the only thing we're going to talk about. It's a spoiler, right? I have to give you one because you have seen it. Some of you have seen it. Came out 2 days ago.
Right. Let's just talk about the fact that it's a spoiler for a minute.
Right.
Like we won't talk about the spoiler yet, but we'll just say spoiler over and over and over again. Spoiler.
It's a spoiler, and I'll get abs.
Diplomatic community.
I've not seen that guy for years. Well done. Well
Right.
done. Taking him back.
So I'm going to say this, right? See the fella that owned the place that got shot in the side, and he's like, right, and he's like, and then walks Stephen Dorff, and he's like, man, we're cool. He's like, oh, we're cool. That's the person. Right? It's like, okay, so he kind of forces him to take these pills, right? Because he's being quite sound, yeah. And then the next scene, they're talking about the guy that was found, and it's like, yeah, he took pills and then got a phone wire wrapped around his neck. It's like, was the pills no enough? Like, why even give him the pills then?
Do you know what it was?
What?
He's that good a hitman. He killed the fucker twice. Because I thought that myself. That's really clever. It's like he basically coerced the guy into committing suicide by taking tablets, and then it just cuts off there. But then we find out later that he's also strangled him. So he's like convinced him to kill himself. So that guy's went through the emotional process of knowing that he's going to die because he's he's been he's been shot.
Mhm.
2, he's just taking a load of pills because pardon me, because the hitman told him to. And then after doing that, the hitman kills him anyway. He's probably lying there going, "Oh, for fuck's sake!"
And then he's like, I didn't even do anything.
It's like, all I did was get shot at work.
I tried to scare them off. I also gave you their names.
But that just shows you how cold Stephen Dorff is.
You fucked up how? What would you do if masked men burst into your office with shotguns? How the hell is someone supposed to deal with that? You know what I mean? You fucked up. It's like, can you know, like, like spare me this one.
I believe there's supposed to be a verbal warning, then a written warning, and
You've gone straight to make me top myself, wrap a cord around my neck.
you've done nothing to support me through my inability to do my job.
Oh, I see. There's a cord going around my neck. What's this in aid of?
You're going to try and play me like I'm an instrument? No, that's not what that chord's for. So
Am I being dismissed?
consider this your retirement, prick.
That's quite bad, eh? Like,
Aye, I mean he is properly sadistic, really sadistic. But the thing is that this isn't like there's no fairly horrible, torturous scenes with this hitman just pulling people's fingernails off and stuff like that. It's not like that. It's all done with words mainly, and then just really cold-hearted ways of killing people. He's quite something. Quite a character, by the way.
Question for you. I wouldn't mind seeing more of what his character was.
Aye, like I think that if they were to bring out like prequels to this, just about him, a Netflix series just about him.
Yeah,
I mean, you had a good idea about a Netflix series a wee while back, and it's happening now.
Mate, right? What's the chance? See, they say if you want something, you put it out there in the universe, and the universe will grant you it. Cheers, universe. Cheers. If this, it'll not happen. All they're doing is teasing me. They're just saying, "Look, this is what you want, isn't it? This is what you want." Not happening. Oh no! Right, so they're dangling the carrot. They're not going to give it. But see this though. Question for you, right? A wee bit of a spoiler, right? But it's not a true spoiler. Okay. Again, I do call
Diplomatic community.
But see the point.
Fucking diplomat, mate.
See the part that the wee woman's in her bed, and Stephen Dorff's. No. I'm not gonna go there, right? Stephen Dorff's like this, right? Over to you. Something happens before he walks out that room, and she get punched in the head. Is that what happened to her? I couldn't quite tell. I think that's what happened.
I think he pistol whipped her to the point of near death. And Kev finds that funny for reasons.
She's old, man. She's old. So she's lying in her bed, and all you hear is like, why did you do that? Right, and then it's like over to you. So what was he just? She was already sleeping. So why did he have to beat the shit out of her?
Because he's a fucking sadist, man. He's a terrible human being.
But he's like, I'm not gonna kill innocent folks. So what I'll do is I'll just beat the living shit out of you and get somebody else to do it.
You're one warped human being, man.
That's what he done.
I
That's
know
what he done.
I saw it.
I think I've got to question the guy's logic. It's like, why did you pistol whip her? Oh, so she wouldn't get up and struggle. She was sleeping. A pilly of the head would have sufficed. And by the way, see if the pistol whipping was the reason to keep her down. Failed. The pistol whipping was unnecessary.
Enough of the spoilers.
So unnecessary. I do thank you all for commenting on this episode tonight. I know you are going mad in the comments, and I can't bring any up because we recorded this about a week and a half ago. But
we're like ghosts. We're almost like ghosts on film.
I know. We don't even look like this anymore. Here, I might go to London and get stabbed. I might even be alive when this is coming out. Oh, scary. Nah, just kidding.
There's nobody there to put it out.
No, as soon as this is done, it's scheduled, so it'll go out regardless.
What if your computer's off?
Oh, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Here's the thing. If I'm dead by the time this comes out, I'll be the first podcaster to ever release a podcast while dead. I'll accept my award. And the child mentioned a check. I'll expect my reward.
Is this the Grinch?
Aye.
Sounds quite Grinchy. Aye.
Oh, thanks. Kinda. I can do better. I'm no Stu Arnold level of voice impressions. Those are fucking next
Aye.
level. Next level.
Next level.
What is that? Is that him picking up his microphone? Giving it a
Oh
wee
no,
shake?
I just had an itchy face, mate. So. Oh, it's
Ah.
really itchy. You know that. Oh, oh, no, it's getting tickly.
And for everybody watching, I've edited that. That's why there's a big penis there in his hand.
That'll be the one edit you make to this. Eh?
No.
Mate, you
much.
should make the spunk fly from my side on yours.
Again.
Uh,
That ain't gonna happen, man. You ain't bringing no spunkerifics over here. What are you, one of them queer homosexuals? Yeah, nah, that ain't happening.
oh,
here.
that's how you get banned. You better cut that shit out of there,
Mate, we're already banned. Nobody's even seeing this.
man. If you get heard saying that word, we are done. There's gonna be an awkward little cut and fade. If you don't cut that out, we
And there's the cut and fade. No, I'm only joking. I purely done that purely just for effect. I cut nothing out there. Absolutely nothing. Do you know what I did there, J-Mac? I actually stopped the recording. Right, so we'll be this, and then we'll be over here. So it looks like I've just cut something out, but I totally didn't. I didn't. Or did I? Who knows? Get out of here! Get out of here! This film was made by Saban Films. By
Power Rangers.
you think that, but it's not the same. I don't believe it to be the same.
I believe it is because Saban
Are you
Films
sure?
made the Power Rangers movie,
No,
and that's too much of a coincidence.
no. I know, but it's not the same because I looked into it. It's not. This Saban, right, is actually the ones that done The Old Way with Nicolas Cage. Remember we done a wee bit of promo for that, The Last Manhunt. It absolutely did not do the Power Rangers.
Are you
Saban,
sure?
yeah, I know what you're thinking, but it's not the same company, unfortunately, because
Oh,
Saban Entertainment produced the thingy. Saban Films made these. I did think, wait a minute, Power Rangers.
semantics.
But Saban Entertainment was what made Power Rangers, and this is Saban Films. That's a wee fact for you. Saban
Thank you.
Films, though, cool. I mean, see if you're going to start a film company, then call it Saban. I mean, this is what you get. This is what you get. You know what I mean? This is what you get.
That. If I'm thinking about it. I'm actually lying. I'm just thinking about the Magnificent Seven, which I've actually never seen yet, to be honest.
You're raging it then.
But last Western big one I remember coming out was probably Hostels, with Christian Bale. But again, I haven't seen it yet, which is weird because I love those types of movies. So
Bone Tomahawk was the last Western I saw.
I watched that with my mate and it fucked him up for weeks.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Then he texted me the next day. He's like, "Mate, I did not sleep last night." I'm like, sorry, man.
I wasn't that bad. I've seen worse. Definitely seen worse.
Yeah, I don't know. It was pretty disturbing. Like,
Definitely seen worse, mate. Definitely.
aye, but I've seen worse, but in movies that are supposed to be ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? In that film, I think it really hits it's quite a guttural punch when things really go sideways, because essentially what's happened up until then is you've just been on a journey with these people and you kind of feel like you get to know them. It's a good couple of hours long. You feel like you get to know them, and then all of a sudden they're getting literally chopped in half for the dick up, and you're like,
Oh, know who's bloody hitting it with a spoil?
Diplomatic community.
sorry, spoil the film for 2016. Whenever it came in, when did Bone Tomahawk come out?
About 2016, I think.
Bone Tomahawk 2015 wasn't far off.
Aye.
By the way, if you like weird, fucked up things, watch that.
Definitely mental, man. Definitely mental. But so is there anything you'd kind of like to say in closing about this film to tell folk to go see it? I mean, definitely check it out when it heads to Prime or Netflix. But
I'm
if you can
assuming
go
this
see
is
it-
a selected cinema release.
well, it's out there because being the guy that does distribution deals for the cinema, I've seen it there. It's an option. So if any cinema wants to bring it in, it's there. There are options for it. So
Okay.
it will be in.
What are the
several
options like? Are they
cinemas.
good?
Well, no, it's an option. I've not asked for terms because I don't think we're bringing it in. But terms usually to this magnitude, I can't even tell you. I can't tell you after. I'll tell you after what I reckon this will be. But I think, hey, it's worth it. If I'd have seen this in the cinema, I'd have left a happy guy.
Mhm.
You know, some
Aye.
things we watch and we go, I wouldn't have wanted to see that in the cinema, but this was most definitely something I would have been happy to see in the cinema. I think it's a really good film. Credit to everybody involved. I wonder how long it took them to make it. Probably not as long as we thought because everybody just kind of hitting on all
It
cylinders.
did. It did have a real independent feel about it, though. For the camera work, the feel,
It
the
was, mate, even the part where they're running into the car after the robbery, the camera was shaking.
Yeah, but I love that. I love that. It's in certain situations it works. When you do it all the time, doesn't work. I think it was overused in films like The Bourne Identity and stuff like that. The Bourne thing. Shaky cam, especially during fights, can really fucking. You don't know who's punching who. Especially when they're all wearing black. You're like, who's actually winning this fight? And then all of a sudden you see one guy spread out in the floor like butter, and you're like, oh, it was him that was losing.
Watch when it's all in Italian, I know.
It's on fucking Italian. So that the sound design was great. I was actually watching it with headphones on, because we were setting the screen, and I just watched it on my computer, and it was great. Just with the headphones on, it's like the car would drive in for this side. Then when it was in the middle of the screen, I was hearing it in both, and then it would go to that side. It was there, and then there was the music playing over it, and then it would fade out, and then it turns out the music was just in the car, and it's all the wee touch. Sound is so important. Something that we have learned over the space of making one little short film. Sound is extremely important. It's something we will focus heavily on for the next one. But sound design was great. Cinematography was great. Story was great. Acting was great. Writing was great. I think it's a 7. It's a 7 out of 10 for me, I think, on this one.
I gave it an 8.
I mean, we're within one of each other. I think its current IMDb score is 6.2. Fucking harsh, by the way.
That is quite harsh because it was.
But it's only got 139 votes.
Yeah.
So do you want to make it 141?
I already did. I already put mine in.
All right. Okay. Well, I'll make it 140 then.
It's going up in popularity. It's 675 out of 1,602. Still going up. That's good. And John Travolta's in it. Stephen Dorff. So there's your budget right away. It's a 15, and it comes out 2 days ago.
And it's got a C word in it. Wasn't expecting it. Nice to see it.
I know, right? I know. And that the subtitles to that wasn't that either. It was like they called him. It was like ya caught or something like that. I was like, this was defo. They've AI'd this.
Caught.
They've defo AI'd it and just been like that. Game what? Well, fuck it. We'll go with it. They've defo done that. But hey, fair play. Fair play to them. And hey, great film. I love getting a screener for something, and I watch it and I go, that was bloody class. Really enjoyed it. And I get to keep that for 10 years.
That's a nice wee bonus. I wasn't expecting that.
Did you see it on it?
No, normally by the time we get round to watching the screener, it's like screener not available.
I know. I know. This one, they're like, 10 years, take it.
I love it. Review it for 10 years.
Do you know, in 9 years and 11 months, I'm like, I've got a month left to watch that movie again.
Let's watch it again. I thought, oh, aye, John Travolta. Remember him?
Mind when he used to be bald? That was back when he had skin.
Now he's a Thetan. Or whatever they fucking call him.
Yeah, it's funny. So hey, class movie. Class. It's made me want to go and check out more films from the creators and from the company, Saban, and definitely log into Altitude.
Mate, check out Hell or High Water.
Hell or High Water. I will.
No.
I'll check that out.
There's a great line in it where Ben Foster's drinking a few beers like during the day,
Couple of Fosters.
and then Chris Pine's like, "You drinking already?" And he turns to him and goes, "Who the fuck gets drunk on beer?" That's a great line. Oh, there was also a great line in this film. So, I'll slap you to sleep and then slap you for sleeping. That's a fucking great line. I might get that in a t-shirt. I'll slap you to
classic.
sleep and then slap you for sleeping. I'll
That's
use
class.
that.
Definitely class. Hey, by the way, I would announce to you an episode that I've planned for us coming up very soon, but I'm not going to yet.
Why?
Because I
But
need.
remember, this doesn't go out till next week, so I'm not going to know
Yeah, I
until
know.
next week.
No, I know that,
See?
but I
See?
know, but
So you tell me now, I still don't know.
I can't
How?
because I need something to unveil it to you. I'm going to unveil it to you live on the show, and I don't have it yet, so I'm waiting on it. It'll be worth it for your reaction purely, but it'll be class. So we'll look forward to that on our next episode.
It's no fucking Lizzo, is it?
Thanks. Obviously been reading the emails. Thanks. Well, thank you.
It's no Lizzo.
Definitely no Lizzo. No Lizzo yet, but certainly could be in the future. Nah, it's going to be good. I've got a good forward plan for the next couple of episodes. And look at us. Look at us. We're already at episode ahead. So class. Thanks everybody for tuning in tonight.
But
I know
this
that
is mental here in the future. Whoa.
whoa, we're in the future.
Oh, wait,
I'm
no, we're in
enjoying
the
myself.
past. Where I'm fucking lost. That's where I am.
I'm somewhere between here and there. By the way, right now I'm in Wembley Stadium and I'm having a ball. So thank you for putting up with old me.
Aye. Wait, was it you're going to see the police, aren't you?
Aye.
Aye.
Every breath you take. Right.
Oh
No,
wait,
no.
Rang Sting. Ah,
Aye.
Rang Sting.
Ring Sting. I hope you're
Rang
feeling better
Sting.
soon,
It's a
man.
different show. Right.
Aye. So class that he's
fell
tuned in.
into the burning ring of fire.
Burning ring of Sting.
Rang Sting, man. Right, that's
Aye.
enough. I think we're all
Aye.
getting tired.
So thank you everyone for tuning in and even commenting in the comment box. I know we've not actually been live, but thank you for tuning in with us live. And
Hi, Janice.
Hi, mate, Janice, Matthew, man, evening, gents. Everybody, man.
Evening, gents. That's your line. Evening, gents.
Come here often, lads. Hi. So thank you to everybody that tuned in, and see you next week when we're live, like actual live. I hope you enjoyed our episode with Ross Gibson. That was class. That was a fun
Oh,
episode.
that was great. He's such a character.
What a guy. And we'll see you next week where I'll announce a cool show that's upcoming for J-Mac. Anything else you'd like to say in closing, He-Mac?
Fucking tell me what it is.
No.
I resent the amount of control you have over this. I want
Diplomatic community.
equal shares. Equal shares. Equal shares. Right. Nah. Enough said. Thanks for joining. We'll see you on the flip, people.
Take it easy, guys. Thank you very much. Good night.